Hello and welcome here to Talk FCB and welcome here to the match review of Barcelona against Real Murcia in the round of 32 in the Copa del Rey. And Barcelona on their birthday have beaten Real Murcia by 5-0 at the Camp Nou tonight. And at the Camp Nou, surprisingly, there was a very, very good attendance. Around 65,000 people at the Camp Nou tonight to watch us absolutely blitz lower league opposition. It was a comfortable game, it was a stroll in the park, it was a really, really easy victory tonight, but I have to say there were some very impressive performances, there were some very impressive goals, and some really, really good things to watch, particularly in that second half when things got a little bit more interesting. The first half was a bit more boring, a bit more bland, there wasn't an awful lot going on, although we did take the lead quite early on in the 16th minute. But first of all, let's have a little look here at the lineup that Valverde chose to go into this game, because obviously we'd won the first leg 3-0 away from home. Coming into this game, it was very comfortable already. We had pretty much 2 feet in the next round, so Valverde could have pretty much picked whatever lineup he had, but he did pick Cillessen in goal, Semedo, Gerard Piqué, who was captain for the first time of Barca, a nice moment for him. There was a few captains though on the night. He went from Vidal, then it ended up at the end with Sergio Roberto. Thomas Vermaelen also played from the start, which is surprising, 2 games in 3 days for Vermaelen, and he completed this one, so good to see him staying fit, good to see him playing once again, because as we know, when he plays, he's a very decent player. It's just keeping him out there and keeping him fit is the most important thing. Lucas Digne played at left back. In midfield, Oriol Busquets made his first team debut. He started in also Sergio Busquets' position. There is no relation though between the two players. And also then in midfield, Carlos Aleña and Denis Suarez. A really nice looking midfield there. And the front three was Alex Vidal playing in a more advanced role, Paco Alcácer as the striker, and Deulofeu, who started the game from the left hand side. And like I say, the first half really wasn't the most enthralling football you're ever going to see. Like I say, there was a lot of people at the Camp Nou though, so I think the players on the pitch would have felt obliged to give them a bit of a show. There was a lot of first team members there was a lot of experience on the pitch. The likes of Gerard Piqué were out there tonight, but I think certainly Alex Vidal early doors looked like he was trying to make an impression. He was trying to get himself on the ball, trying to use his pace to get in behind Real Murcia. Paco Alcácer as well, of course, he scored the first goal in the away tie in this one, and he also scored the first goal in this game as well, and it was quite lucky the way that it actually felt, and the ball was sort of bouncing around in the box. Alex Vidal was in there trying to make something happen. The ball actually cannoned off one of the Real Murcia defenders, just happened to be around where Paco Alcácer was, and he instinctively nodded it into the net, and that was the first goal within the first sort of 15 minutes of the game. It was a start, it was getting there, and that was when the game sort of got moving. But overall in that first half, not a lot happening at all. Carlos Aleña trying to get on the ball, same for Denis Suarez, but in that first half for both of them, not really happening, and particularly in that first half and the entire game in general really, Gerard Deulofeu, it just would not go right for him. All game long I felt like he was getting in positions, he was getting in good situations, but he wasn't doing enough. The final product with him is a massive, massive problem at the moment, and I really do feel watching him right now that his confidence is low. It's really, really low. He's doing the good things, he's getting in the right areas, he's using his pace, but when it comes to that final ball, that final pass, that final bit that you have to use your brain for, he's not doing it right. It's all going wrong, it's all collapsing, and I thought tonight again, unfortunately, it didn't go well for him, and he really didn't have a good game. But like I say, in that second half, the game did come to life. There was a lot of good displays in that second half and some really, really good goals. The second goal came in the 56th minute, and it was through a rather unlikely source. Although if you know Gerard Piqué, you'll know that in this type of game, he'll want to try and score. And he was sort of parading forward. He was just slowly making his move into the box, just trying to come in undetected. And it was Alex Vidal once again on that right-hand side. Piqué was the one who actually started the move, played it into Vidal, Vidal across the box, and it was a bit of a fumble by the goalkeeper. But Gerard Piqué of all people was there to tap it in. He had the armband, he got his goal, he looked really, really happy after he got it. Whenever Piqué scores, it's a nice moment, and I'm glad he got his goal tonight. Just after that though, he did get taken off. David Costas came on, the young lad from Barcelona B, he came on to centre back, and also then pretty much straight after that, just a few minutes after that, Alex Vidal got on the score sheet, ball in from the right, Semedo it was with the ball. I thought he had a really good game today, Semedo. When he was on the ball, he looked a lot more comfortable, It showed some really good pace down that right-hand side, and it was a good ball into Vidal, who found himself in some very, very good areas. He was inside the box, and he instinctively headed it across the goalkeeper. Really, really good header, to be fair to him, and he got a very deserved goal on the night as well. When Piqué went off, he gave the armband to Alex Vidal, and that armband tonight was a lot of good. Every player who got it played really well. Vidal and Piqué scoring, and when Sergio Roberto got it, he created a fantastic, fantastic goal. And it was after that Vidal goal that a few more players were introduced to the fray. The final two substitutions came on for Ernesto Valverde. Oriol Busquets went off to be replaced by Sergio Roberto, and Semedo went off to be replaced by Jose Arnaiz. So sort of Vidal dropped back into the right back position, Sergio Roberto into defensive midfield, and Arnaiz came on to play as one of the three. And I was really excited to see him. I was hoping that he would come on a bit sooner than he did. I was actually hoping that he would start the game, but I was glad to see about 30 minutes of him, and every single minute of that was really positive. Once again, just like in the first leg, he was looking to get on the ball, he looked really comfortable, really confident, and eventually he did get his goal. But before that, there was probably the goal of the night, a really, really special goal, and it was against Murcia. They're not a great team, granted, but in any game, this move is really, really special, and it came from Sergio Roberto and Denis Suarez, both of them linking up, both of them doing absolutely magical things. Sergio Roberto picks it up in the midfield, he's got Denis Suarez ahead of him, you can see him making the run, and it's a wonderful pass, it really is. It's through the lines, it's got enough power on it, enough weight on it, it's a beautiful ball between the lines. Denis Suarez picks it up, fantastic first touch to get it out of his feet, and he takes the second touch brilliantly and drives it beyond the goalkeeper. A really, really nice goal. I thought Denis Suarez was a lot better in the second half. He was getting on the ball, he was doing things with it, he was showing some really nice touches, and that was also shown with the last goal of the game, which did come from Jose Arnaiz. 2 goals now in his first 2 first-team games, and he is really showing his potential and showing his quality to Ernesto Valverde. And like I say, it was Denis involved in that Arnaiz goal. It was a wonderful little back heel flick. The ball came to him and it was just instinctive. Little back heel flick round the corner into Arnaiz, and again he showed that confidence. It was a first-time strike. He hit it really powerful, effort at goal, straight across the keeper. No chance for him at all. And it just shows again, Arnaiz, even though it is against weaker opposition, he's got good pedigree in front of goal. He's one of those wingers who's happy to be an inside forward. When he comes inside, he can have a go on goal, and he does score goals. That's been proven with Barcelona B this season, and I think he was given his chance in the first team, he would chip in with a few goals, and that could be very, very valuable indeed. So good to see him getting on the score sheet once again tonight. It was a really impressive second half by Denis Suarez. Nice to see Piqué scoring as well, and I think overall tonight, it's against Murcia. At the end of the day, it's one of these games that was won before we even started. They're in the Spanish 3rd Division. Even Barcelona B would probably beat them on their day, and I just think in this kind of game, you can't really draw a load of conclusions from what we've seen today. We should have beaten them comfortably. We did that. We went out in front of the fans that were there and played some good stuff at times. There was some very good goals. We won the game comfortably. We got that good confidence. A few of the players got good playing time. Lucas Digne was pretty impressive down that left. Good to see, like I say, Vermaelen playing another game, continuing that fitness that he's got. Nice to see some youngsters, you know, the likes of Oriol Busquets. I was a bit disappointed not to see Cucurella called up for this game, though I saw him in the first leg make his Barcelona debut, and it was a bit disappointing not to see him feature in this game as well. But I think overall, Valverde choosing to give some players a game. The only player that I really highlight, like I say, that didn't have a good game tonight would be Deulofeu. He does seem low right now, which brings the question even more so, should we be seeing more of Jose Arnaiz? Another player, of course, who was involved as a youngster would be Carlos Aleñá in that midfield. It was really nice as well to see him play the full 90 minutes. A few times he got himself on the ball, showcasing his talents. Wasn't perhaps as fantastic as maybe you expected him to be, but obviously, guys, you've got to give these young players time. They're not all going to come up and be able to show it in the space of one game. If we're going to take a risk on them, if we're going to give them a chance, a fair chance, they deserve a few games to show their quality. And I think Arnaiz, I think Aleñá, I think Oriol Busquets as well in that first half showed his quality. And you've got to bear in mind as well, we've not really got many replacements at all at the club right now for Sergio Busquets. One of the out-and-out replacements has gone out on loan, of course, in Sergi Samper, so he could certainly be an option in some lower games where maybe there's not much pressure on us, where we can afford to rotate things. And I'm also excited to see in the next round of the Copa del Rey now who we do draw. That will be on the 5th. The draw for the next Copa del Rey match will be on the 5th of December, and it's going to be interesting to see who we get, because if we get once again a lower level team, we'll get to see these youngsters once again over 2 legs, and hopefully once again they can send their message to to Ernesto Valverde that they deserve more first team minutes. So leave your thoughts down below, guys. I know a few of you would have had some issues watching the game. Hopefully those of you who did watch the game got to see some good football and some very good goals in the process. Leave me your thoughts down below, guys, on who you think impressed tonight. Who would you like to see more of? Is there anybody here you think should be definitely getting some first team minutes more often? I think Vidal was very good as well tonight, showed some good quality, but of course, like I say, it is against Murcia. You have to bear that in mind. I'll see you very shortly with more videos, but until then, as always, Vesca el Barça.